Hello everyone. Well, I'm back at it after a bit of time. Unfortunately, I've come down with flu just as I think I've sorted out one of my video problems, so the quality of this video should be higher, but maybe the sound will be worse. Since you were last here, I have finished off sorting out the villagers. I have now pretty much filled the hall. I've left a couple of spaces at the end just in case I find anything really good. I've labelled all the villages that are interesting. The ones that are not labelled will probably get replaced at some point. Unfortunately, I went AFK without really thinking about it. And, well, if we have a look at E, fourth from the top, there are over 250 villages in there, and I don't really need them. That is in addition to some villages that, whilst I was sorting them out, instead of killing them, I started to put them in here, and I've made an access rail that these guys are going to be the ones that I'm going to pull up for the iron farm. And I'm hoping with this little setup here, with the glass, that they will be automatically pulled into the minecart when I send it down. So I will be able to pick up villagers and take them up to the planned iron farm without having to come down again. So I should literally be able to pick up 20-something villagers and put them up there. The next step to do, I have actually turned off the village breeder, you can see the doors are missing, is to extend this column all the way up and build the iron farm. Let's see how that goes, and then we can continue on to the structure of the iron farm and how we make sure that it never jams. Okay, I'm directly above the village breeder, right in the middle. I've placed the first stack of wood and glass. I'm going to continue my way up, and we will get to a point. We're currently at y equals 104, and we're aiming to get to, I think, y equals 165. Not the most interesting process on Earth, so you don't need to watch it. Could be fun just to watch me rise a stack at a time. So I've done I've done one more stack, and I've got, yeah, quite a bit left to go. Let's see how it goes. Another stack done. I'm now over cloud level. I may turn those off actually. I've got them set to fancy at the moment. Actually, can I do that whilst we're here? So let's just see. Options, video settings. Where on earth is that? Is that Dean Details? Oh, clouds. Off. Done. 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 Back to game. Oh, that's better. Now I can see what I'm doing. And so can you. Right, we're at stack 3. We're at a height of 136. Not too far to go. I'll keep you posted. Okay, that's as high as I'm going to go. I've built a little temporary platform. I actually had, I'm very proud to say, a little bit more wood and glass than I needed, which is very good. The important thing not to forget when you're building this thing, and I have forgotten, is to put one bucket of water at the bottom of here. Now it doesn't matter for me because I have a Elytra. If you do not have a Elytra, this is terribly important. Otherwise getting down is a bit of a pain in the neck. Now I shall get down just by jumping and flying, I think. And it started to rain, but that shouldn't be such a problem for my video card this time. I'm seriously hoping. Anyway, let's see if I can get down, and then we'll start working on the next task. Can I spot my landing? Yeah. How super. And there's our column. Doesn't look quite as good as I expected, but okay, it will do. It's functional. Now, I'm not going to fly up again. I'm actually going to build the rail to access the top, snaking up there. So let me get on with that, and let's see how we go. Right, I realised why this looks so strange, because I had oak wood at the bottom here and spruce at the top. So I've changed that out for spruce. Of course, with the position of the villagers, I couldn't put the last 2 blocks in, but we'll deal with that later. What I wanted to show you was how to place the rail. And the important thing about placing a rail is to remember that you can't go up and round a corner at the same time. So at the corners you have to be quite careful how you place the block. Let me just crouch, come here. What I'm going to do is that and that. Now let's just make sure the rail places correctly when I do that. I have some rails on me. Probably want to put a bit more power in here. This won't get us up very far. But let's just see how we go. I think I'll replace this one. Now I'm using redstone block. You don't have to. It's quite wasteful to do that. I just do it because it's easy, and I am not short of redstone. Okay. Let's hope that'll get us up. I might fail at that point, which case I'll have to put an extra one in. There we go. Perfect. So we've come round the corner. Now we can continue to go up. I'll just do the next one just to make sure it's clear. So come back here, place that one there, then do that. Now when we come up the rail, we'll make it up. There we go. Right. You've got the idea. Let me get it done. Okay. It's done. I now have access from the ground to the top. Let's just check that it works. To be honest, I've already checked this, but you may as well see it. So I now have a nice and easy access all the way up. I hope these flashing lights don't upset anybody. But this isn't really for me to get up and down, this is to transport the villagers. It is temporary, but as I don't think the rail is particularly unattractive, I'll probably leave it there. Now, we're going to build the platform up here. There are a few things to know about it. The first thing is that we do not want this to be in the center. What we actually want this to be is on a corner, so the whole thing will come out from here. The reason being that I don't want to cut off the light to the village breeder, because otherwise they will stop breeding. Probably not the worst thing in my case, as I have 250 of them down there, plus the 30 that I've got set aside for this iron farm. But we'll work on the assumption that at some point in the future we will want to get our village breeder up and running again. So let me start laying this out and let's see how it looks. So starting from this as the corner of the structure, I've now built out 26 blocks in every direction starting from here. This is the outer ring of our structure. The next blocks to place are something of a surprise because they're going to be slabs. Let's just do that. Because I've got a completely full inventory at the moment, I will have to just do this bit by bit. So let me get these placed and then we can crack on. The layer of slabs has now been placed all the way around the inside. I haven't finished up this corner because I'm going to be bringing villagers in. Once I've got all my villagers in, then I'll tidy this corner up and make it look like the rest of it. And now we continue with stone bricks. Again, let's do a jump. Okay, a couple more layers done. This is actually an interesting breakpoint because this is going to be the outside wall. This is going to be where the villagers are. This is where the doors are, and this is where a whole row of fence posts are going to be to keep the villagers out from the area that we're going to flood with water, where we're going to pick up the iron golems. Now I just have to build the rest of the floor and leave a 2x2 gap somewhere there in the middle. The platform's built. It's raining again. I think I'm almost out of blocks. Let me check the situation, then I'm going to start building the outer wall. Okay, we're making some progress. I've left a little bit of a hole here, but we've now built the outer wall, and I'm just completing the roof for the area the villagers are going to live in. Then I'm going to put the doors down and the fences down, and then we're ready to the worst part, which is placing the water, which isn't the usual easy way of doing things. It's a complete pain in the neck. Fortunately, you only ever have to do it once. Now I've placed a couple of torches around just to avoid being surprised by mobs. I'm hoping that, as I haven't lit it very evenly, despite that, because I'm quite close to everything, they can't spawn within a certain area of me. I'm also hoping I've got enough blocks, because I've just been down and cooked up a load. Anyway, as ever, let's do a quick jump. Okay, roof done. Now it's time to place some doors. As you can see, we have the outer wall, we have the layer of slabs where actually the villagers are going to live, and the doors open that way so that nothing can spawn here either. And I'm just going to work my way around placing the doors. Having placed the doors, the next step is the fences, which go immediately on the other side of the doors. Again, I'll leave a gap here because this is going to be my working area, but we just go all the way around with the fences. These fences are under the last bit of roof, and water is going to cascade over the top of them. I'm not unduly worried about the torches because they're going to get washed away once we start placing the water. Fences are now placed all the way along. As usual, I've left myself a little exit there because that's going to be my working area. And now we go up to the top. Boom, 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 bang. Now we're going to do some strange fence placing. That's it. We're going to place fences all along the outside beyond the edge of our structure. And this is going to hold the water in and stop it pouring out. But it's also guaranteed, my personal guarantee, that a golem cannot spawn on fences. This is supposed to be also true of glass, but when I've used glass, I've suddenly discovered that every now and then, for reasons I can't fathom, a golem will spawn there. But it's never, ever happened with fencing. Ta-da! All the fencing's now in place. The next job is to do the water. Now, I have sealed the fencing all the way around because I don't want water to flow in. And we get to the pain in the neck thing. Here, you're going to have to do the whole thing crouching. Source block. Bang. Fill. Bang. Fill. Bang. Not fill. What a pain in the neck, because the water is flowing straight off the edge. It goes in a straight line, which means you have to keep coming back to the corner to fill your bucket. And you can't alternately place them because they won't fill in. So this is the to and fro bit that really drives you mad. Now, of course, I'm being a bit silly here. What I can do is fill at least both buckets to continue my quest. There's a spider there. Are there two? Good. Let's not die to mobs whilst we're here. Because if I fall off here, my stuff is going to spread for miles. Right, I'm doing all of this in crouch because I'm very tentative. I'm worried I might fall off. Let me get on with this and I'll come back to you. Right, both sides are now done. The water is going all the way up to the edge, so that means we've measured it correctly. Here, we just fill in the gaps where there is no water. Nice and straightforward. Unfortunately, we still have the problem of water doesn't fill in, so we still have to make our way back and forth to the corner where we take... Oops, have I got that wrong again? Ah, we have to take from this one. As you see, the water is still flowing and will lead every golem off the edge eventually. But it is a pain in the neck and it does take a little bit of time, so you need to be patient and focused because it's quite easy to get it wrong. If you get it wrong, just put some blocks down where you've got water you don't want it and start again. Probably still worth going this way. Anyway, as ever, join me when I've done it. Alright, everything's now done. There was one minor problem here because I'd left a staircase and the water was coming up over the staircase and then flooding down. So I'll have probably done some damage downstairs. May have washed away some rails, I'll have to go and check. But in the meantime, I have just fixed that by placing a few more blocks and cutting the water off. And now we have the water flowing right up to the edge, but not going over the edge, and that's where our golems are going to get washed down to. I cut out one fence post here just to make my access easier. I can now put that back, and we won't need to visit that area again. We're now pretty much ready to start importing villagers, but I'm going to have to go downstairs and see what damage I've done to my rails, if any. So I'll be back with you shortly. Well, that was rather lucky. The water obviously fell down here and didn't destroy the rails, which is very good. Now, what I'm planning to do is I'm going to try and fly up so you can get a view of what this thing looks like from the top. I'm not sure I showed you. And I am terrible at taking off. There we go. So, as we can see, water is cascading all over the top of the entire building, held in by the fences, and we've no worries about golems spawning anywhere but in the water. It is quite surprising that golems are that stupid as to spawn in the water, but they are, and we must take use of it, make use of it. Right, let me go and sleep quickly, and then we can continue. Okay, I'd said that the next stage is to bring the villagers in, but actually the next stage is going to have to be to build the little redstone contraption that's going to kill the golems. Otherwise I'm going to have golems falling out and down to my base. Golems do not take fall damage, so I will just end up knee-deep in golems running around the place. This I do not want. So, let me start building some kind of capture area and we'll have a look at what I've done. Okay, I've built a couple of blocks down, I've placed some signs, The next job is going to be to place some lava, and you can get away with just one bucket. That will spread across. Perfect. Then we have another layer. That'll give the golems space to fall into. And now, I think we'll do some hoppers and probably a chest. Let me see if I can get that done. Right. Replace 2 of the cobblestones with glass so I can open this chest. And then just put 4 hoppers pointing into that chest. Obviously, I don't really want to be coming up here to collect the iron, although I do have a handy railway to do it. So what at some point I'll do is create a little automated dropper system and just have the iron come straight down to me. For now this will do. This means we're now ready to roll. We will be killing the golems as they're created, so we can now start summoning villagers up, and let's see how that goes. What I'll do in the meantime is just close that. Right. Let's have a go at getting our first villager. I shall wait over here and get back to you when it's here. I think, yes, here he is. I tried to do that in time. I was just a bit late. But, whoops, sorry. Let's move you along there. Be happy, be well. And let's go and get another one. A fisherman. Well, no loss to me. And here comes number 2. Sorry about that. I don't know why I keep hitting you. Or to do the thing where you can see the hitboxes, but I'm too lazy, and they'll survive that. They'll be fine. They may even start breeding all of these doors here. That's the last thing we need, is more villagers. And here comes number 3, I hope. Yep, there's number 3. Let's try and not damage him. Oops, failed. Along you go. Come on, move. Rouse. Let's go. At some point you do end up tripping over these villagers a bit, but hopefully they'll start shuffling along. Actually, what I might do is put a light source down here, because sometimes they're attracted to the light. We'll see if they tend to move away. As long as they don't get under my feet, I should be fine. If you're wondering how I know they're coming, it's because I've put this glass here. I can actually see and then start the recording as they're arriving. First failure. It got stuck somewhere. I don't know where. I went to investigate, decided to fly up, crashed, wings closed, and I died. Isn't life peachy? But I thought I'd share that. Just pushing this guy in. I've now had to set up a little barrier up here just to stop them leaping out. Life is a bowl of cherries, it really is. Right. Let's continue the progress. At some point, we'll end up with enough villagers that hopefully we'll start some golem spoiling. Spoiling? Spawning. Okay. That is around 20 odd villagers up. Let's go and look to see if we've got any iron coming in. Oh, that's beautiful. That's just lovely. Right. Let's just get this thing completed. Tidied up. Remove the rail from this part. Take it out to where the iron is, so I've got a quick access. We'll get rid of that. Then we'll do, let me see, 3 bricks. And 3 glass. Boom, boom, boom. Now I can get rid of the planks that are holding more back. I don't really mind that waste. boom, boom, boom. And that is now complete. So we'll just trim this down a bit. I'm going to lose a few blocks here, but it can't be helped. I'm picking up the rails, which is good. I don't really want to be on top of here when I do that. Well, I'll probably be able to pick those up a bit later. Because all of this should land in my area. Right, I think we will... I was dropping redstone, wasn't have room for it. Alright, let me go and sort my inventory out a little bit, and then we'll just finish this off. Well, that's it, done to completion. The villages are all up there, they're all sealed in, they need no further maintenance. I've kept the railway track, I've just moved it out from where the villager store was. There's one villager left in there, but it doesn't matter. And I just now use this as my transport to go and get my iron. This is not the best way of doing things, and I should build something a little bit more sophisticated to drop the iron down to ground level at least, but as I don't have a centralized sorting system, I don't think it matters at this stage. I think this will do for this episode. I'll probably do a tidying up one after that. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you've stuck with me, congratulations, it can't have been easy. But right now, just to show, if I jump out of here and have a look, there's some iron. And a couple of poppies. We've killed 2 so far. Not the highest production rate on Earth, but sufficient for our needs. Now I'm going to head back down to the ground and say goodbye.